You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. Save the date, April 1st through the 6th, 2025. Save the date, April 1st through the 6th, 2025. Sonny's LouddMouth Comedy presents For the Love of Comedy Spring Comedy Festival is happening right in the Temecula Valley area. We're talking about 6 days, over 10 plus shows, over 30 plus comedians. Woo, I need you to be prepared and be ready. So guess what? I need you to bookmark this website, LouddMouthComedyFestival.com. This is with a comedy lineup, all the announcements, schedule, all the great things that's going on, from networking events, cocktail kickoff, multiple comedy shows. Even we'll have something for the family. I cannot wait for you guys to participate. So I need you to make sure you mark the dates, April 1st through the 6th. Hold the website, LouddMouthComedyFestival.com, and be prepared. More announcements coming soon. All right, y'all. Ciao. Welcome to LouddMouth Radio Network. My name is Sonny. As a former professional athlete turned entrepreneur realtor and the producer of LouddMouth Radio Network, I look forward to bringing content to you that empowers, inspires, and entertains you. Tune in each week as we have unscripted and unfiltered talks from entrepreneurship, real estate, politics, entertainment, comedy, LGBTQ topics, day-to-day life, and everything in between. All shows available on demand 24/7 on your favorite podcast platforms.
Portals Entertainment Center is a new 13,000 square foot entertainment experience now open in Temecula. Portals creates a space where your imagination can be set free. Step into an immersive entertainment center that will take visitors into one of our many attractions, which include 2 9-hole indoor mini golf courses, an immersive laser tag arena, a designated arcade space, a food service component, party and event spaces, and a hidden 21 and over lounge. Portals aims to give each visitor a unique experience, taking them to unknown worlds and experiencing an entertainment center like no other. Open 7 days a week, located at 26469 Inez Road in Temecula, California, in between At Home and Temecula Theaters. Come check us out and step into adventure.
So I tag you just because Zoom is, it's all sophisticated. We'll have it where we'll make sure
Because I'm black.
Yours too.
It's because I'm black, ain't it?
It might be. It could be. We done just started. We ain't even got going with the intro.
Tired of the nonsense. Telling you.
I hate people. Just let me do my black job right now.
Please and thank you.
Oh my God. So,
I smell my cologne. My cologne is hitting.
Oh yeah. You smell good through the computer.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
You smell like microfiche. I smell you.
Wow.
Man, I just want people to know they know it's legitimate. We are live on Facebook. We are live on LouddMouth Radio, and I have an amazing guest. And this is just a wonderful day for me.
Me too.
It's just some people you just dig, and then when you meet them and they vibe with you, it just makes it even more delightful. And so I get to have that moment today and say that I have not only a long resume comedian from New York, and I want to allow you to be able to elaborate on quite a bit. So I'm gonna leave some room for you to talk about yourself. But for my guests who may not have had the distinct pleasure of knowing about comedian Nikki Carr, who is on our For the Love of Comedy segment today, who is also our distinguished guest of the fest for the upcoming LouddMouth Comedy Spring Festival For the Love of Comedy, happening April 1st through the 6th in Temecula, California. And I got to tell you,
aka
Yes.
old.
Distinguished.
Old.
Season.
Okay, thank you. Season with the salt and pepper. Hello.
Little season salt in there too. But oh my God. But man, Nikki, you are um one of our legacies in the making. There's so many things that I could say, but I know we're in a cap space of time, and I want to give room for you to speak on a lot of aspects about yourself. But I want my followers, my listeners, whether you're listening to this show right now on social media, if you're listening to it later on one of the podcast platforms, Nikki Carr is one of the premier 20 plus years comic that's out here still working, still doing her thing, still showing up night after night, providing her talents and gifts to the world, hailing from New York, and has made a decision to bring laughter to people's lives over a 28 plus year time period. And I want to welcome you to LouddMouth Radio, Nikki.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. And I'm happy about the festival too. I'm glad I'm able to make it. Hmm.
Yes,
I
yes.
am.
So, we have been chatting, just a little backstory. We have been chatting a little bit, and I knew that the festival was coming, and I was praying that your availability, because when I tell y'all Nikki's a working comic, this is not a game. She's going to share with you how extensive she is. So when I was able to lock you in and lock you down, you were one of my premier choices to be a part of this first festival that we're doing in Temecula, and
I'm honored.
it'll be our first together, man. Look, it's an amazing moment. So what I want to do, we're going to start out because this segment is about you. And I want to be able to give an opportunity for myself and anybody else that listens to this to know a little bit more about Nikki beyond just the stage, right? So if you would introduce yourself and let's kind of just start with, where you're from, and we'll evolve into how you got into comedy.
All right. Well, I'm comedian Nikki Carr. And actually August will be 28 years in comedy. Originally from the Boogie Down Bronx, Boogie Down all day. That's where the educated thugs come from in New York. They be like, Brooklyn in the house. That's why we don't go to Brooklyn, because we scared. They different thugs out there, the educated thugs from the Bronx, and grandma is an educated thug. Six people call me grandma. So
Hey, it counts.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you're from the Bronx,
Hmm.
and what? Let me just stay right there. So you're from the Bronx. Let's talk a little bit about your family dynamics.
Just me and my mom, forever and ever, amen. Bunch of cousins, couple of aunts, uncle pedophile. Oh, sorry, my uncle. Uh, yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't have any. Well, I do have a half sister, but she's a whole.
Yeah. So you were born and raised in the Bronx.
I was.
And let's talk a little bit about you and your mom, and kind of how the scope of you and your mom's relationship kind of lured you into the comedy, the world of comedy, I should say.
I like making my mom laugh because I never like to see her sad ever. So I was always super, super silly, like over the top silly for her,
Yeah.
mostly, you know. And yeah, it was just me and her. She passed away when I was 36.
Okay.
And yeah, she left me out here by myself. Ain't nobody watching me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who does that? She ain't got no
Exactly.
babysitter for me. So I'm a 62 year
Where'd you
old
go to high
man.
school at, Nikki? Where'd you go?
I am a
Where's
proud Taft
your
High School dropout.
which one?
Taft.
Taft High School? Okay.
William Howard, yes, exactly.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Went to the annex.
Okay. How was
Yeah,
how was how was it being, coming up in the Bronx?
it was wonderful. It was great. My
Yeah.
my childhood, teens, and young adulthood, I think was great. I mean, there were a lot of things that were not so great,
Yeah.
but the parts of it that I love were great for me. Yeah.
Word.
New York was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But after 9/11.
Mhm.
not so much anymore.
Right.
And
So you
that's when I left New
when
York,
did
right
you live
after
in New
9/11.
York? Because you were in New York for 9/11. You were
I
there when all of
was,
that happened. So
yes.
you've been you were a long term living in New York. So growing up in the Bronx and coming up in that area, and you said your mom was a big inspiration for your laughter. What type of friendships did you have, back then? Were you a social person? Were you a person that people knew, like in school, that you were funny?
Oh,
Like,
I did my first shows on the stoop for all my friends,
word.
you know. I try to make everybody laugh. I don't even know why. It's just the way I was. Like when I was a kid, everybody was sitting there watching TV and I just stand up and rip my shirt open, all the buttons popping everywhere. I like people to say, Nikki, something really wrong with you. That was a compliment to me since I was a kid. I mean, this like I became a comedian because of that.
I
I
understand.
didn't become a comedian and then turn crazy. I always been nuts. So
And
yeah,
that's one of the things people ask me, Sonny, man, what made you get into comedy? How long you been doing comedy? And it's one of those questions where I'm like, man, I was born into the element of foolishness and just being, the
exactly.
class clown or the one. I was doing one man shows as a kid, so you get it.
Right,
And it's just that pure energy and connection to be able it's like the more people laugh at you, the more it makes you keep going. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And that
And they won't hit you if you're funny. People, because I'm not a fighter, never been a fighter.
word.
So,
You
I
you
grew up
got out
with
a
my
couple one,
word.
two punches out of there.
Yep. I learned early on that you can smack somebody with your words.
True
And I
that.
always been into words,
With
lyrics.
some of the words, I'm from Chicago, so you hit too many your mamas and you hit them hard, baby. The punches might come after the fact, though.
It's true. It's true.
The jokes can
It's
cause the
true,
fight.
but I try to
The
be
jokes can
everybody.
cause fights. You know.
I'm an only kid, or only child, so
Okay.
I want everybody to be my friend,
Word.
and that's just the way it is. Whether I was happy or sad or whatever, just like now,
Mhm.
I've had some of the best shows at some of the worst times in my life.
I can believe it. It's
Yeah,
something about comics and I think God has given us these gifts to have a level of shoulders and endurance that most people may not carry. And
seriously.
it takes a gumption
Hmm.
that, for one, you don't retreat from the attention, you don't retreat from the reaction of people interacting with you. And it's probably in the most hardest times that you may dig deeper to try to bring that light up, right?
Right.
It's
I'm
real.
like, where did that come from? You know what I mean? Like,
Correct.
to
And
be
this
able
is
to
the
give
thing,
joy when you
they'll say,
have
well,
none.
you smiling, you cracking jokes, you laughing, but you know what? Life has an ability to beat you, and life can be lifing. And I think that one of the things that's a gift for us is to be able to magnetize the ability to laugh or to
Right.
give other people laughter or just to feel drawn to want to entertain people in that way.
Right.
It's really a gift, you
It
know.
is.
It
And
is.
like I said, I just like making my mom laugh because
So I can recall seeing your mom this quote where you asked your mom about your father,
hmm
and I think she said or made a statement to you is that you become famous enough to be able to find him. Can you elaborate a little
no,
bit?
no.
I'm trying to
He,
quote
I,
I'm trying to quote
he's
your
been
quote. I'll let you
gone from my life since I was like 6, I think.
okay.
And when I became a
So you say
teenager,
he was gone from your life since 6?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Because I
beforehand,
used to go to his house. We never all lived together as a family.
yeah. My
He,
dad and my mom was like that too. I get it. Yeah.
yeah. So he used to
You
come
guys
pick
didn't
me
live
up
together. So at the age of 6, he kind of vacated.
because he was told a lie and he
Oh,
believed it because he's an idiot. But anyway, he's been out of my life since I was like 6. So when I became a teenager, I used to ask my mom all the time to help me find him.
right,
And
right.
she'd say, "Get famous and he'll find you."
Okay, that's what it was.
And I'm
Well, that's a
like,
good little
"Thank you."
antidote. She gave you something to strive for.
Yep, and it helped me out later on in life, big time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you took that literally.
Yeah, I mean, I take a lot of things. I'm a very literal person. which
It's the Libra thing.
is a Libra. Is that what it is?
I swear.
You think so? Even lyrics and stuff. Like, look, I raised myself on lyrics. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
lyrics, poetry. I'm a very lyrical.
Words. Words.
It's the words.
They
That's
have
right.
substance.
Exactly. Exactly. I love making up words, you know.
Oh, I thought it was just me. I be on my Jesse Jackson too.
Facts. The lighthearted lexicon, that's me. So, yeah.
Wow. So
Words
she's
have always
you
been my best.
famous enough. He'll find you.
Right.
So so I know you said you're a grandmother. So where point did you start having your family index and coming in your life?
Ooh. We got how much time we got?
Give me give me
Listen,
the short
when I
chapter.
came out to my mom, that was her cry. Oh, I'm never gonna have grandchildren. I'm like, what? That's the problem? Girl, I got you. And I had us some grandkids. Period.
Oh,
Period.
then after that she was
I
like,
had one, and then I had the other one for that one. Then those two asked me for one, and if I love you, nothing is too much. So of course I got them that one. And then he asked me after they had been kidnapped, it was just me and my son. And then he
you said
asked for,
you kidnapped your daughters,
yeah, my two oldest.
your two oldest kids?
Yeah. When they,
No.
4 and 5, they were supposed to be going to their father's house in the Bronx, but he took them to Africa. And yeah, custodial interference is what they called it.
Call it again? I mean, say it again?
Custodial interference.
No way.
Yep. So
So back then they had passport, was it passport?
he got them their passports somehow
Unbeknownst to you,
without my yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Wow. So he took them to Africa. They were 4 and 5. Your
Mhm.
son was born at that point too, or
He
no?
was not. I was carrying him though. I had already went and got, because those two asked me for another baby.
Mhm.
And
So he literally took them to Africa. What the hell? Like how long did it register? Did you find out that he took them and went across the
well, when he was supposed to bring him
out
home,
the
he
country?
did call me. He did call me and tell me he's not bringing them and they're not coming back, and I could come there or something like that. I don't remember that part, but yeah.
Nikki, how did you
He
handle?
hated the fact that I was gay, first of all.
Right,
Yeah, you don't be no gay.
right. It ain't like it is now. It was not.
It'll probably never be
Right. Yeah.
for certain cultures.
Right.
But it is what it is.
So he took them to Africa and then told you he gave you an option to come there, but took them. So how long did it take for you to get them back?
I saw them again when they were 7 and 8, and they
Mhm.
sought me out when they were 17 and 18.
So by the time they hit that age, where were you? Were you then in comedy yet?
That's how they found me. And that's why I did started comedy to find them because mommy said, get famous and they'll find you. And if they my kids,
Yeah.
they
Again.
silly AF and they like comedy. So I got on TV and that's how they found me on Comic View.
Your mom's words were so resonating. You talking
It
about
didn't work for my dad, but it worked for my daughters.
it did. It did. Wow.
Mhm.
So is your father still living?
Nope, he died in 93.
He's deceased too. So did he ever get to a point of making a connection or knowing anything about your
No.
achievement?
No, no, no. I got into comedy in 1999, 19, well, I got into it in 1997.
Okay.
And then I got on TV in 1999.
Okay.
So he was already gone by then. But his daughter did find me, my half sister. Yeah.
Wow. And your dad was a musician.
Yep. Bruno Carr, the jazz drummer.
That's crazy. You know what's amazing, Nikki? My I have a uncle, my my uncle Walter, he married my aunt Helen Jean. I don't know if you remember Walter Jackson. But he probably was in that time. They probably, I'm pretty sure they came across each other.
I'm sure because my dad's discography is just ridiculous. He's played with anybody you can think of, from Aretha Franklin to Tito Puente. he's out there. I'm straight from the drummer's nuts.
That's crazy. And I'm a drummer, so I gotta look him up.
Oh, you play the drums?
I play the drums.
Oh,
I,
sweet. I
I
didn't know
play
that.
I play for my church. My mother. Well, it comes from my mom. My mom started playing piano at 5, and she brought us up in church. And so she tried to put me in piano lessons, and my mother's short tempered. That didn't last long. I think she tried to do maybe one piano lesson with me, and I got snatched and got called a heifer. Next thing I know, I started playing the drums. I just I ain't trying to get smacked in the back again. I'm just gonna
Right, right,
I'm gonna go over here and get me some weapons of destruction to protect myself.
right. Well, I can't play any instruments, but it has skipped a generation to my daughter.
Okay.
Um, she is I believe she's surpassed my father as a musician.
Word.
Yeah,
She's a drummer?
she's a everything. She played
Wow.
the bass, the saxophone, the keyboard.
Nice.
I mean, whatever, violin. I
Is she in
think
New York?
she sings, she composes. She's
Oh, she about that life.
mm, she too much.
That's incredible. Is she
Yeah.
in New York?
No, she's in Massachusetts.
Word. Okay.
Mhm.
So is
Yeah.
she playing professionally too?
She out there. She got music out there. She trying to find a label. She's been through a lot. That's a whole nother story. Um,
Okay, well, you gotta give me. I would love to hear some of her stuff. That is absolutely
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
But you
She's
know what? She come from good stock, man. So I'm sure she'll find her way in.
Yeah,
And
she's 28 right now. She the baby of the bunch. She's back in college. She's been through a lot. It's been a rough
journey.
journey for her. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Does she have kids?
Nope. But she has an album called Kid
Yeah.
with two eyes.
I love it.
Yeah, she's bad. And I wouldn't say she was good if she wasn't. Like some people be like, my baby could sing.
What's her stage name?
Maldivisa. Maldevisa. 2 words. Maldivisa.
Top.
That's my girl. Some of my posts, I use her music,
Mhm.
help her get paid a little bit.
I know that's right. Well,
Yes,
I'm gonna bookmark
residual
her.
income with the internet right now is
Right.
really something.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but when she was 19, I think, they diagnosed her schizophrenic, bipolar, knocked her right out of college, interfered with her career, but through it all, even at her worst time, she was still making music.
I can believe it.
Great
That's
music.
probably her outlet.
She's crazy. She's amazing. And
Yeah.
like I said, like I was about to say, I don't say that because she's my kid,
No,
you
I get
know,
it.
because if she wasn't good, I'd be the
Mhm.
first one to say, baby, I know you love to sing, but why don't you try dancing or painting? You know what I mean? I wouldn't be telling her she good to be out there, because people know she know
Oh,
me. I can't.
yes.
She bad. I tell you no lie. She bad. Yeah.
I'm
But
looking forward to
that's
it.
my
I'm looking
girl.
forward to checking it.
She's
Yes. I'm
much,
looking
much
forward to
better
it.
now. Much better. She's doing her thing. She's in college. She's making music. She's
See, that's the thing. It sounds like she's just
she even
focusing
did a
in. And I
comedy
think
show.
that's for all of us. Say
Yeah,
it
she
again.
did a comedy show for the first time in her life a couple of nights ago. She said it was really, really good.
Word. You
Yeah.
said she went or she
She's
did?
done comedy. A
She did
stand
comedy
up
herself?
set. Huh?
She did it herself, she said?
Yeah. Yeah, at a show. So
Pass the torch.
I
Uh,
don't know what she can't do.
you know what? If you don't explore yourself, who will?
Right, right.
Come
She never
on.
ceases to amaze me. That's my girl.
I love it. That's what's up, Nikki, man. I
Come on
see you
now.
listening. I see you shining when you talk about them.
Mhm.
I know you have children. You have 3 kids and you have 6
No,
grandchildren.
I got 4 kids.
You got 4 kids.
Asian baby. I got the 2 big girls, and I got a son, and
Okay.
then the baby girl. Three
Oh,
girls,
you
one
got
boy.
4. Okay. And you got 4 children and 6 grandkids.
Yep, yep.
Dope, dope, dope.
No, I
Well,
want
so
to see them more.
yeah. So a big part of the reason I know that you're an active comic on cruises, right? So
Yeah, yep.
let's kind of talk about how you said you hit TV. What was your first TV appearance?
Comic View,
Comic View.
1999.
Mm.
Mhm.
Remember them
And they
days?
really liked me because remember when they the show wore on, they started just showing clips of the comedy.
Yes, yes.
They showed me every night so many clips. Like one time, my cousin told me I was telling somebody he was on Comic View. He didn't believe me. I said, "Tell him to watch for one day. He'll see me." Because
Mhm.
they showed me every single day, every day.
That's dope. Did you do Def Jam?
Nope,
And then get Def Jam.
I
Now,
wasn't good enough
my
for that.
first introduction to you was the Last Comic Standing.
Uh, yeah,
So how was that? How was that experience?
that was cool. I don't like competitions because to me, comedy really, really is who we are more so
Right,
than what we do.
right.
You know what I mean?
It's
How
not
can
measured the
you compete?
same. It's not measured the same.
Right. So I don't like competitions, but I auditioned for it. And at first they told me I didn't get it.
Mhm.
And I'm saying to myself, well, what the hell are they calling me to tell me I ain't get it for? You know what I mean? Just don't call me. I know I ain't get it. So, but then like a month later, I was after a show, late in the night, be at the diner, 24-hour diner, and I get a call and they asked me if I still want to be on the show. I'm like, okay. And I went on there and it was pretty good. I came in second place. That's not bad, you know.
I
I
can't
knew I
remember
wasn't
who
gonna
won. This is
win.
the funny part. I don't remember who won. I remember you on that season in 14, but I don't remember who won.
Yeah, Rodman won.
Right, man.
Yeah.
I can I tell you I forgot? That's crazy. So,
Mhm.
but you know what? It lets you know it's an indication that, the opportunities are always what you make them.
Right. The winner ain't always the winner,
That's it.
you know?
But everybody wins in their own race, you know?
Exactly.
And it's one of those things that, as you are, doing what you're doing, you're making leaps and bounds, and only you can measure what that success looks like,
Well, I
right?
won within myself because during that time I wasn't in a good relationship.
Hmm.
Um, and I was homeless
Hmm.
and I didn't have no team like Rodman. His family is very supportive of his career. He was telling me that his daughter works his social media. I didn't have none of that. All I had was heartache. So
Right.
for me to go that far, I felt good
Hmm.
about it. I feel
Yeah,
like I won,
absolutely. I
you know,
get it. I
because
get
the
it.
odds, my life was all against me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I do. Let me tell you something. I was having this conversation last night, and I think, I feel you. Like, even for right now, this festival that we got coming up, this is something that's coming from my vision, from my seat, and it's never been done in Temecula with a multi-day festival like this for comedy. And sometimes when things are new in the area or something like that, people are like, oh, okay, or, and they'll kind of blow it off until they really understand the
right,
magnitude of what it is, and what's happening,
right,
right?
right,
And so what starts to happen is then people start to identify certain things, and they see you enough, they start to correlate. Oh, okay, like, oh no, you really mean, like, yeah, this is real, right?
right,
And no matter what, you just have to keep doing what you know to do, because at the end of the day, what is driving you, people have they don't necessarily know or have the connection, right? They just see what comes out of it, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So ideally, to get to the point of what you achieve with the last comic standing in comparison to what your quote unquote competitor had, was significant,
right.
and
All of
so
them. I mean, they had representation. They, by the time the season was over, everybody was booked for like a year. It took me
mm,
5 months to get my first show.
yeah,
After that because I didn't have all of that.
correct.
Right. But it's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool.
But you know what? God's
Mhm.
faithful. So you continue to strive and grind in that aspect. And so how long have you been full-time comedy?
The whole time. Let
And
me
we
say,
say
let me
that
say,
in
I
itself
stopped
is
working at yeah, the whole time because I got fired from the Javits Center in 1996. Oh, yeah, 1996.
fired you from the job and propelled you to the career.
Well, it was at the job that I decided to do it. I asked one of my friends we were working in the command center one night. Her name is Gwen Douglas, and I told her that I want to be a comedian. She was like, "You should go for it," and I was like, "No, go for it." And then I went home and I told my significant other that I want to try it. She said, "Well, I think you're hilarious, but what if you can't make strangers laugh?"
Right.
And then I didn't do it. I was 33 when that conversation happened.
Right.
And I was like, she right. What
Mhm.
if I can't make strangers laugh? So what I did was I still had this yearning to perform. So I auditioned for this play. I did get that part and I did the play. It was in New York off Broadway. Um, but I started in a public place. I would just say something funny, like
Mhm.
in the store where I don't know nobody, and they'll be laughing, and I'll be like, oh, I
Right.
mean, you know what I'm
Getting
saying? And I
reaction.
would do this everywhere I went for like a year,
Oh, word.
and I saw that I could make strangers laugh.
So you was doing your
One
test mark.
time,
You was doing your
yeah, I was test marketing because I didn't want to go out there. I don't want to do nothing and make a fool out of myself. You know what I'm saying? And one night, once this African dude said that was so funny. You should be a comedy, and I
Mhm.
said, you know what? You're right. And I reached out to the New York Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And I told them I want to be a comedian. They said, well, bring 5 paying guests and we'll give you 7 minutes stage time. And that's what I did. And the
Oh,
first
that's
one was like, I've been doing comedy for years.
word.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't know it was going to go like that. I didn't know people was going to be stomping and hitting the table and bending over. I didn't know that was going to happen. But because of that first time, that's why we did it over and over again. And here I am, 28 years later, still doing it, still broke, still proud. For
For the love of comedy.
the love of comedy. And it gave me my kids back, just like Mama said it would.
Yes.
And she
So
got to see
it's,
them
it's been
again.
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, and she got to see them before she passed away, so that was good.
Oh God, yeah, that was a blessing.
She got to see me get them back and spend
Hmm.
time with them.
Yeah.
So that was really, really good.
Sure that settled her spirit, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. 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 That's what's up.
Yeah.
So for you, so let's talk about you've been doing the cruise ship performances. How long have you been on that level?
My first cruise was Juneteenth, 2023.
Oh, nice. So you hitting 2 years this year.
Mm-hmm.
Word. So
Juneteenth, that was not the audience I was expecting for Juneteenth. Let's say
okay.
now, I searched the whole audience. I didn't see another black person. I'm like, only me, huh? Okay, Juneteenth, whatever.
You was the Juneteenth.
I was the Juneteenth. I was like, well, all white. I mean, all right. I meant to say all right. I didn't mean to say. Until
Oh,
you feel like a Cocoa Puff in a bowl of Rice Krispies. That's how you feel.
ooh.
Goodness.
But at least they didn't walk up to you and said, "Give us free."
Look, I don't care. It's a cruise. Everybody's on vacation, living their best life, having a good time. That means we all cereal. Don't even matter what brand or flavor.
Yes, yes. But I bet you they enjoyed you, didn't they?
Oh man, I'm still there.
Turn up,
I'm still
turn
there.
up. Same cruise line you've been running since that
I
time
do
period.
I do a few of them.
Nice.
After Last Comic Standing, the top five went on a tour, and
Okay.
the cruise the tour manager, one of the tour managers, lives out here. And since I've been out here, he's been throwing me work and whatever like that.
Right.
And he called me early one morning talking about he want me to audition for some cruises, and I was like, first of all, I don't do cruises, and then he told me how much they pay. I was like, what time you want me to be there?
One bag, two bags. What's my limit?
Right. So I went to the audition. Obviously, I did a good job.
Mhm.
I didn't know I could be funny in the morning. I didn't know that before coffee. Who knew? But
Right.
so I guess I did a good job, and here I am. And they open the door for you, but you're the one who has to do
You
the
got to
work.
step in. Right.
Yeah. So Have I messed up a couple times? Yeah, one time I did a show that I wasn't supposed to do at the wrong time of day, and they were like, "Nikki, no." I was like, "Oh my God." Well,
Yes.
so is
I've,
that
I've,
kind of
I've
thing.
heard, I've heard, so Kevin Davis, the Marina Comedy, my host that's been holding down Sonny's Loudmouth Comedy Presents. He'll be the host of the festival. And he had an experience recently and he gave me some real insight about how they'll say you got to have clean sets, you got to have, your after 21 age,
Right.
and they can't intermingle.
Yeah. But
No,
I mean, the thing that both times that it happened, it was because the cruise director, I mean, or the whoever the person is,
but
the entertainment person,
uh-huh.
the first time she changed the language. She said 7 o'clock is the family show, and then 9 o'clock she used another word. So the 9 o'clock show, I turned it up a little bit. People was getting up, walking out. I'm like, what? What's happening? I was like, so when I got off the stage, although I got a standing ovation, the people were backstage like, oh my God, and they were turning all red and stuff. I was like, what happened? And they said, you never do that type of material. I was like, then why change the language? You know what I mean? Once you change the language,
Right.
this is what
So it
that
was
means.
confused. So it confused you.
Exactly. Just say it's all G rated and I got you.
Right.
So that happened twice. And both times, so I prefer to do the clean comedy anyway. You know, I do.
Okay.
That way
Right.
you can't mess up, you can't miss. So,
Right. Just stay. Jamario McClain, he's actively now doing the comedy. He's doing the comedy shows too. So he said the same thing that he's like, now I got me about 4 to 5 that I'm solid on, right?
right, right.
And he's staying stern and able to, rock it and do what he needs to do.
Yes,
And that's the thing. It's like having your ammo, and just having it ready. And
right.
you so for a lot of people, if you've never been on a cruise ship, pretty much the performances happen when you're out to sea. When the cruise ships dock for ports for people to get off the ship.
That's not really true. That's not
Well, that's
really true.
true. That's true. That's true.
Because
From the
most of the
perspective.
time,
Uh-huh.
people have been off during the day and then come to the show
Oh,
that
so
evening.
you perform a lot even during the daytime too.
Well, the last cruise I was on, I did a show at 4:30 in the afternoon. I had so much fun. I didn't
Okay.
know I had fun at
Well,
4:30.
I'll still consider that okay, afternoon. That's what's
New
up.
Year's Day 2024, I
Mhm.
was on stage at 2 p.m.
Oh, nice.
So it varies from ship to ship and what the
That's
need
true.
is,
The
how
cruise
the
line.
program
That's
is
cruise
and stuff
line.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But it's always a good time,
It
always.
is. And it's different. I was telling Kevin, I said, one vast difference I noticed is that, when you're doing shows like at the clubs and stuff like that, you're being booked to perform and the element is strictly focused on comedy. When you're on a cruise ship, you're a part of the entertainment. You're not the main sector.
Right. That's why my cruise sets always begin with me giving them a round of applause, and I let them know that I realize you're on vacation. This is a cruise. You can be anywhere else on the ship, but the fact that you chose to come and spend time with me, I need you
Yes.
to know from the very beginning how much I appreciate that.
Bam. Say it again.
Yeah, it's like saying your grace before you eat your food. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
I
Yeah.
feel that way, period. And I think that, even as we're getting closer to this festival, I think about the so many talented comics that we have on the lineup. We have we got Shane that's going to open up tonight on the first night of the festival. Just a countless range
Mhm.
of many years of, some newer comics. Then we have some that have been going for a long period of time. And so there's this range that allows us to have such a nice variation. But I
Mhm.
always say and think from my perspective that we get to do this.
Mhm.
I think that
Yeah,
sometimes people's attitudes and their egos take them far beyond the understanding that it's your fan base, it's the people that come and check
seriously.
for you, it's the
I
people
mean, when I look at the places that
hmm
I've been from
yes,
the very beginning,
yes,
in my first 3 months in comedy, I was getting booked in Germany, overseas, Amsterdam, places like this. And I couldn't believe people were paying me to come to these places. Like, this is beautiful.
it
You know,
is. It's a
this is
gift, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Seriously, from the cruises, I mean, I don't get off the ports. Last cruise, the week before last was the first time I got off and enjoyed the sights, and that's because I invited a friend, really
Okay.
a friend. You
Okay.
know, she's way out of my league. It was like being security for a celebrity. She's a celebrity, she a boss. But it was great, and I got off with her a few times, and she was somebody that I didn't have to, hold her hand. She was all over the place. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? And I was good with that. Do your thing, have your fun. This your vacation. This my job. You know what I'm saying? But it was
okay.
it was really,
It's
really
different.
nice.
And that's
Yeah,
the other thing. It's work. It's a work. It's a work. It's a show up for work type of
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
And you get it's like the workation. You get to have
Exactly.
some
That's
downtime
exactly
in
what I call
between.
it. High
It's
five.
workation.
That's
Workation, baby. I love it.
it. Exactly. And it's been that forever. I can't believe I mean, I stayed at um what's his name? I can't think of his name now. Hassan Hussein. What's his name? What's his name? Saddam Hussein. That's his
Okay.
name. I stayed at his house, at his palace. He wasn't there. He dead already, but I
Oh,
stayed
word.
I stayed at his house in
With
his
the
palace.
14 karat gold toilets.
Yes, yes, yes. I stayed there because of comedy.
Bro got a 14 karat gold toilet.
Yes, because of comedy. I
That's a
stayed in that house. We took a tour of his
that's
entire
wow.
town and saw where he kept his kids and this. I mean, I lived that
That's
because
wow.
of comedy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Everybody don't get to say they did that today.
Yeah,
What you do today, man? I was over there in the bunker. Oh, what
I
part?
couldn't believe people was like, "What you going to Kuwait for?" I'm like, "Really? What do you think I'm
Right,
going on vacation?
right.
I'm gonna pass by Aruba, all these places, and go to Kuwait for vacation? I'm going to work, fool."
It's for a purpose.
Yeah, but it
That's
was great.
wow.
It's
Dang.
great.
So, Nikki, what's one of the one things you could say that comedy has given you beyond, the travel experiences? Um, what's something else that is giving you, in the course of your career?
I got to be on the Loudmouth podcast.
Shut up.
I mean, if
Had to juggle, y'all.
it wasn't for comedy, I wouldn't be on here right now. That's all I'm saying.
Gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving. But I think what I wanted from it, I got. And I got that
Hmm.
right because that's the goal that I set out for, and that was to get my kids. And then after we got together, I just loved it. Like, I don't know what it is when growing up an only child. I used to always say, when I grow up, I'm gonna have 5,000 friends. I don't know why I picked 5,000. Now look, today we got Facebook. Huh?
Yeah, 5,000 friends on
I
Facebook.
got 5,000 friends. I'm like, what? So yeah.
Keep
Um,
manifestation, darling.
the thing is though, I like the time with people,
Hmm.
but then when I go home, I don't talk to nobody. I don't talk to nobody but my daughter and my dog.
Or
That's it.
would you consider
Not
yourself
healthy.
like a loner? Would you consider
A
yourself a loner?
loner. Oh my God, I'm becoming a hermit, recluse, all
You
those
know
kind
what?
of words.
But I can see the balance, because there's times like, man, I'll have radio interviews. I'll have marketing and advertising conversations on. Then I may have, and sometimes at the end of the day, like, I'm tired of talking, bro.
Right.
It's,
Exactly.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're giving a lot of yourself constantly. So I think
Exactly.
it's healthy to keep some self at some
Yeah,
point.
some, but not all. Like,
Right.
it's-
Right.
for a while I was searching to find the one, but that didn't work out, so that didn't work out, so I just chill. I mean, I live in Vegas. I should be out. I always say I'm gonna drive to LA, just me and my doggy go to the comedy club. I don't never do it. There
That's
be
because by the time you come back and you get home and settle down, you be like, woo,
yeah,
be chilling.
exactly. Like I'm home right now. I got home yesterday. I
Mhm.
got I got in the house about 7:30 p.m. last night. Been on
Okay.
the cruise for 2 weeks. Got home yesterday. I'm here today and I leave tomorrow. And I'll be gone for
That
25.
explains a lot.
and I'll be gone for 25 days.
On the next time.
Yeah.
On this
And
next
I
one.
leave tomorrow. I get home on
back
30.
to come to California for us.
Right. So I get home, and then I guess I'm leaving on the 1st, heading up to Temecula.
Yeah. Wow.
I only got
This is
4
your
days
first
off.
time performing in Temecula.
Yes, not my first time going there because I have been there, and I thank you for a better memory than the first one. Hello.
Word. That's
Because
what's up.
you still owe me a tip, whatever your name was. I don't remember you. I was an Uber driver, drove her butt all the way to Temecula from Vegas. Yeah,
Ooh.
mad kids and a dog.
And no tip.
I ain't get no tip. One of the kids, she was supposed to help with the gas too, because I only agreed to take California trips if they help with the gas. Seriously, it's
Right.
fair. Otherwise, it's all on me.
Because you can't come back without a trip.
You can't get no trip coming back. You know, the first time I dropped somebody off in California, I turned on the app and they said there are things that you need to pick up in California. And when I clicked on the link, it said a California driver's license. I was like, wait, okay, well then there's that.
Somebody
But
give me the instructions.
exactly. So you have to help with the gas, period. It's fair.
Right.
But we had to keep stopping because she had all them kids. One of the kids
Yeah,
that
you
had
should have stopped at the gas station so she could have helped in that pump.
I stopped at the gas station. She ain't gave me nothing.
Oh, yeah, so we would have sat right there.
Yeah, I can't do that. She had mad kids. And one of the kids ain't even had no shoes on. It's like she was just like, we leaving now. Come on, let's go. I mean,
yeah, you just wanted to get her out your car.
But it's okay because she has so many kids. I ain't even care about the tip.
Right. That was your call of duty that day.
Yeah, it was my call of duty. Door-to-door service.
Oh my God.
To Temecula.
Yes.
So now I get to replace that with a better memory. Hello.
Bam.
I was part of the comedy festival in Temecula.
And let's go to that because we're gonna wind this on up, honey. We got you April 2nd, Wednesday night, which is World Autism Awareness Day. It's a global initiative where everybody around the world that is giving awareness to autism is lighting up blue. It's gonna be a magical moment, Nikki. We'll be in Louddmouth Winery in the heart of wine country. So I think this will be your first introduction to the wineries out there too, right?
Right. It's like I was telling you, I only did the Napa joints.
Yes. So Southern California is a difference.
Southern California.
It's Southern Cal. Yeah, it's a difference. So I'm grateful, man. I just feel very honored to have you. I continue to look forward to our friendship just progressing from the opportunity that has presented itself. And
I already told you my chef.
Oh my God. I love it. I got you.
Look, I got you or her few. Since we
I got you. Look, I got you. Man,
Sonny was making me feel like young lady. You like, baby, sweetheart, lady.
I hate you, Nick. I can't stay. But you know what's so fun? Living in the South. I went to school in Savannah, Georgia, living in the South, lived in Florida, spent a great majority of time in the South. And listen, I've been in New Orleans because they'll big you to death. Right. And it's just become that linguistical aspect.
I get it.
Of endearment. And so it's so funny. Nikki talking about Sonny. Now look.
Exactly.
I said, I got you, Nook. I got it. Y'all, exactly. Look, I don't feel like I'm on the stage now. I'm saying, y'all give a hand to Nikki Carr.
Hey, we're gonna have a really good time. Like, it's all about the comedy, but I have a good time.
I say comedy to me is synonymous with family.
Exactly.
And I feel like, you come and perform, I'm immediately say, oh yeah, these are my comics. I don't took hold of you. I don't took possession.
Right.
I don't took possession. You're not my little fam. You done been part of the LouddMouth fam now.
That's it. Wait till they see us on the picture together. They're going to really believe I'm your uncle. Watch.
Okay.
They're going to really believe it.
They're going to be like, no, look at no.
They related. They from the same tribe. crazy.
Man, I look forward to it. And so, look, all of those who are listening, man, Nikki will be here for the Toast of the Festival. So the first night. So we're gonna take it from the first night all the way out, and we'll have you for a few days of the festival because you'll be back off onto another ship.
Mm-hmm.
And man, let me just tell you, thank you for sharing your gift. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for believing enough to step in there and see what you were made of. And we get to have the opportunity to enjoy you on April 2nd, 2025 at Louddmouth Winery in Temecula, man. Nikki, thanks for
have a good
time to
time
talk
too.
to us. Yeah. So do me a favor, share with our listeners your social media handles so they know how to follow you.
Oh, I'm comedian Nikki Carr, man. That's it. Period. Nikki Carr Comedy on Instagram and TikTok.
Word. That's it.
I'm easy breezy. Easy.
Nikki, thank you, man.
Don't use Nikki Carr Comedy on Facebook though. Just use Nikki Carr.
Just Nikki Carr on Facebook, right? Yeah.
Because I got two, and the one with the green shirt, I don't really be on there like that, you know.
Word.
I need to get better with social media, but it ain't that easy. I mean, it's easy, but it's hard.
It's just timing. Yeah.
Like what you do. I don't know. Can you do that all by yourself with nobody, no team, no significant other, no family, no friend?
You gotta have some systems. I'll put
I know that.
I got some systems. You gotta have some systems. And you gotta
never had that. I never had my whole career.
And you know what? I just you know what? One thing I'll say, Nikki, is that I say, God, you know what? You're gonna put the people who's supposed to be in my path, and I keep that prayer in front of me, and I say, God, you know what I'm in need of, and I know what my tribe needs to possess and what it needs to look like, and when they show up, I celebrate them. And
I must be calling the wrong number because I know I left that message on.
The number you have reached.
I must. Well, I'll figure it out.
I appreciate you, dog.
What's for me, I'll get.
Absolutely. Nikki Carr, guys, distinguished guest of the fest. Gonna be here April 1st through April 1st on. Come to the comedy festival. Get your pass. Just come. Get your tickets, LouddMouthComedyFestival.com. Nikki, thank you, man. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Be blessed.
Later.
Hello, my name is Takasha Smith. I'm the owner of Takasha's Kitchen, based out of Menifee, in the Southern California area. As a chef and caterer, I provide private cooking classes, couples dinners, and private parties. As a female pitmaster, I am able to create a personalized experience for your family reunion gatherings. I create menus based on my clients' needs to have a more personal vibe. You can find Takasha's Kitchen on all social media networks such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and my YouTube channel at Takasha's Kitchen. And that's spelled TACASHAS Kitchen, KITCHEN.
You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.
Here at Wonderland Learning Center, we're located at 288 East Main Street in San Jacinto. We provide a safe and secure learning environment. We are now enrolling 2 to 5-year-olds with our preschool curriculum. We offer before and after school care. Breakfast, lunch, and snacks are provided. We accept all programs. We are open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Our website is wonderlandlearningcenter.com.
Performing comedy is like creating magic. To hear the room explode with laughter is priceless. And to produce comedy is like having a glass of Stella Rosa, the ability to have others wind down with laughter. With LouddMouth Comedy, it isn't just about me, Sonny. It's also the many hardworking comedians that are dedicated to writing and performing night after night, stage after stage, displaying their talents to the world, and we all do it for the love of comedy. Sometimes you have to remember to relax and savor the moment one sip at a time. Cheers. Here's to 13 years of LouddMouth Comedy. You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.